One, two, three. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Travis, aka Matsu here, and today I'm bringing you part 10 of the Undaunted Raid set review guide. Today I'm going to be going over every other character in the set and their support. Before I actually start the video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Go check out my Patreon, check out my socials on my Linktree, and check out PPG for all your singles and sealed product need. Anyways, let's get into it. So I'm going to be rating these yet again on the scale of we'll see competitive play to has a good chance of seeing competitive play to locals exclusive, which is basically I would not expect them to do anything competitively. Let's get into it. So first set of support, we have Mimic. Now, Mimic is a 6-hander with 25 health and the Chaos, Earth, and Evil symbol. When committing cards to pass a check, you may commit one foundation or one asset as if it was a foundation. That's pretty good. And then response, once per turn after you check an asset, add one attack with a checked value of 3 from your discard pile to your hand. That's also very good. And then response, after you commit an asset, this attack gets +2 or -1 damage. This guy is going to see competitive play. So for those that don't know, at least as far as I am last aware, assets are literally balanced around the fact that you cannot use them to pass checks, meaning they are very much typically more strong or have better abilities than foundations do. So a character that can use their assets as if they are foundations, even if it's just one of them per check, is very strong. Extremely, extremely strong. So I think he's definitely going to see play at some point. And on to his support, Mimicry is a 3/5 with a 2-low block and unique. Form, once per turn, choose one non-unique foundation in your discard pile. Until the beginning of your next turn, this asset gains all abilities and keywords on the chosen foundation. Now, Mimicry is a strong effect. It is a 3-diff though, and on its symbols, it competes with some very, very popular 3-diffs. But I can't really put Mimic in seeing competitive play unless I also put this card in seeing competitive play, because it is far and away his best piece of support that he has. Not just talking like, obviously, because he only has like one card in the set. More talking just in general. It's kind of one of the best things that he can be doing with his deck. So yeah. On the next one, we have Rikia Katsukame. So Rikia Katsukame is a 5-hander with 27 health, Earth, Evil, and Life. Enhance, lose 1 health. If this attack deals damage, gain 2 health. Okay. And then enhance, once per turn, reveal the top X cards of your deck. Remove 1 card revealed this way and discard the rest. You may play the removed card as your next card this turn. X equals the total health you gain this turn. Now, I think this guy is very not good. I don't think he's going to do anything at any event that matters. His first ability essentially boils down to -1 damage. If I want to play a gain health 5-hander, I'll play Recovery Girl. I'm sure you all know that, but very low on this guy. However, his support both very easily see competitive play. So Vital Impact is a 5-diff 4-low for 5 with a 1 high block and a 3 check. Fury and Punch. Enhance, lose 2 health, that's cost. Gain 3 health. If this is your first attack this turn, it gets +2 speed. And then Enhance, if you have played a card from anywhere other than your hand this turn, this attack gains powerful 3. Okay. This card has gain 1 health. Essentially as a cost, because the cost is lose 2 health, but you immediately gain 3 health back, which triggers small and limber in decks that don't normally have a good way to trigger it. And it gets 2 speed if it's your first attack. And it becomes a big, powerful move if you played a card from not your hand this turn. So this card's going to see competitive play at some point for sure. On to the next one, we have Energy Suction. Energy Suction is a 1-5 check 2 low block. This card does not count towards progressive difficulty to play attacks. Response card pool after your attack deals damage, gain 1 health. I think this has a good chance of seeing play. I just don't know what specifically yet. Like, the obvious one is like some kind of staff strike variant, because it doesn't count towards progressive to play attacks. So you can go like weapon into this, into staff strike on a 7, or for example, if you're playing like Life Mandalay, it's on a 5. So that's cool. Definitely looking forward to that card. On to the next character, we have Chronostasis. Chronostasis is a 6-hander with 27 health, the all, evil, and order symbol. Form once per turn, lose 2 health. If your rival has at least 1 card in their card pool, choose 1 breaker or tech card in your card pool and play it. Okay, that's pretty strong. You just get to replay one of your moves once. And then enhance rival's turn, commit, choose 1 card in each player's card pool. Those cards cannot leave the card pool until the start of my next turn. Okay, so this basically says that that card in your card pool is going to stay there until my clear step, which is pretty good. It essentially says you're... Yeah. Because you do as much as you can, so if you don't have a card in your card pool, I'm assuming you can just choose a card in your opponent's card pool. Or not. I'll figure that out. I think this guy's fine. I think he has a decent chance of seeing play. Being able to replay attacks is pretty good, and I'm sure there are good breaker or tech cards that he can be replaying. On to Point Blank Shot. Point Blank Shot is a 4-diff, 2 high for 5 with a 3 mid block and a 3 check. Breaker 1, powerful 2, tech. While this card is in your card pool, your attacks get +1 speed and rival attacks get -2 speed. Okay. That's pretty good. Enhance, if this attack was played from anywhere other than your hand, it can only be blocked by cards with a printed block modifier of 3 or greater. Okay, that's very good. I'm going to say that this is also going to see competitive play at some point, just because blocking with this card is a breaker 1 that also gives all of your rivals' attacks -2 speed for the rest of the turn is very strong. And then, you know, especially in like Chronostasis himself, being able to lock it in your card pool after you block with it and say that all your attacks get +1 speed. Is it worth the extra progressive difficulty? Probably not, but it's fine. On to Trusted Assistant. Trusted Assistant is a 1-4 with a 2 low block. Enhance, flip, if this attack was played from anywhere other than the hand, commit 1 rival foundation. And then Deadlock form, commit 1 rival asset or foundation. This card is based on how good the playing from hand mechanic is, or playing from anywhere other than the hand. So basically, if you expect to see a lot of overhaul, stuff like that, this card is very good, even as just a sideboard piece. Anyways, on to the next character, we have Soromitsu Tabe. Soromitsu Tabe is a 6/27 with all death and evil. Response once per turn, after your attack is completely blocked, your rival destroys 1 foundation. Enhance your attack, remove 1 card from your rival's card pool. Your attack gets +2 damage. Your rivals check to block. This attack gets -1. Draw 1 card. This guy is very good. He is a hard D-build character, and also just gets card advantage whenever you play into the D-build. So like you get super punished for completely blocking stuff, and you get punished for blocking at all, because then their next move gets bigger and you get -1 to the check to block and you draw a card. So you basically replace the first move you played. Then we have Food. Food is a 2/5 with a 3 high block. Enhance, flip, remove 1 non-attack card from your rival's card pool, gain 2 health, and then enhance, if your rival has no cards in their card pool, your attack gets +1 speed. This card's crazy. Even on your first move, just getting spammable +1 speed that's super stackable, and also has a relevant other ability to gain health, and is a very good tech against a bunch of characters. Like, for example, Momo. This card absolutely dumpsters Momo. She blocks with her weapon. You go, okay, first enhance, flip Food, remove your weapon from the card pool. You want to blow up for -2 speed now? Like, this card's great. On to Insatiable Appetite. Is a 4-diff 3 check with a 3 high for 4 and a 2 mid block. Charge, Fury, Tabe Enhance, add 1 rival momentum to their card pool, and then enhance. This attack gets +2 speed and +1 damage for each card. Enhance, this attack gets +2 speed and +1 damage for each card that has left your rival's card pool this turn. This card is good in Evil Tabe, where you can also play Tongue Whip, and you just always make sure they have a card in their card pool. I think this card's good. On to the next set of support, we have Shin Nemoto. Shin is a 7/20 with the air, death, and the evil symbol. Form twice per turn, add 1 card from your hand to your card pool face down. Your rival names an attack zone. Unflip the added card and play it as your next form. If it is an attack whose printed zone is not the named zone, it gets -1 difficulty and +3 speed. Response: after your attack deals damage, your rival reveals 1 random card from their hand. Personally, I don't think this guy is very good. He is the easiest way to trigger all of the not played from hand effects, but I personally think the payoff for those isn't very high, so I'm just going to stick this guy down here. On to the next card, we have Confession. Confession is a 1/5 with a 2 mid block. First enhance. Once per turn, your attack. Your rival discards 1 card and draws 1 card. If the discard card was not an attack, they lose 1 health. This effect cannot reduce your rival below 1 health. This card, I think, is the best card to come out of his kit. It is a 1/5 with a relevant deadlock enhance that also triggers Excited for Blood as an enhance. This card is great. I definitely think it's going to see competitive play, even if it's not just for Excited for Blood, but as a way to burn. It is a way to consistently burn or force your opponent to discard an attack if they don't want to burn, which is very good. On to Deadly Fire. Yeah, I don't know. This is, I think, only really good in him. And I don't think he's very good, so yeah. I'm trying to think of like a use case where this card is like super strong. Like, I guess Death or Evil Nomu, it's like a 4 mid for 13, but like you could just play Hulking Grimace and it's a 5 mid for 16. It's just better stats. I don't know. On to Toya Setsuno. Toya Setsuno is a 6/26 with all evil and void. Form once per turn, commit 1 foundation, choose 1 attack in your rival's discard pile. As your next form, play the top card of your deck face down as a copy of the chosen attack. Enhance, flip 1 foundation, your attack gets +2 speed. If it is a weapon attack, it gets +1 damage. I think this guy's has a decent chance of seeing play. Being able to play Back Alley Haymaker from your opponent's discard pile or Indiscriminate Shock, so on and so forth, is very good. On the next card, we have Larceny. Larceny is a 1/5 with a 2 low block. Enhance, if this attack was played from anywhere other than the hand, it gets +1 or -1 damage. I'm going to put this card down here because, like I said, I don't think the payoff for playing cards in places other than your hand is enough to kind of deep dive in on and like super care about just in this set. I think once we get another wave of support that says, I care about playing not from hand, then these cards will become very good. But until then, that card is going to stay down there. Borrowed Goods. Borrowed Goods is a 4-diff 3 mid for 4 with a 3 check and a 2 mid block, ranged and weapon, combo with a face down. Now, to be specific, this is not referencing a card named face down. This is referencing a face down in your card pool. Combo enhance, your rival discards 1 card, and then enhance, your rival discards 1 momentum if they did add the top card of your deck to your momentum. This card is insane. This card is Capture Evildoers on an attack that does damage. Like, this card is nuts. It also just says they discard a card, and it's a weapon. So you can do cool stuff with the Blood Moon Rending on Void or Evil. Yeah, this card's great. On to Lock. Lock is a 6/27 with all Earth and Order. Response twice per turn after your non-ranged attack deals damage. Freeze 1 rival foundation. That foundation cannot ready until the start of your next turn. And then response commit after your rival's combat phase begins. Draw 1 card for each of your rival's committed foundation. Response commit after your rival's combat phase begins. Draw 1 card for each of your rival's committed foundations. Okay. This character's nuts. This character has an electric jolt symbol. Yeah. Not much more to say. You touch them with your stun 1 electric jolt, you freeze the thing you stun, and then you also have a flip commit electric jolt. So like 2 electric jolts on turn 2 just basically skips your opponent's turn if they built 4 and they decide to attack you. Yeah. Onto his action. Deadbolt is a 5-div with a 5 check, 1 mid block. After you play this card, if your starting character is Lock, discard it from your card pool. First form, choose one of the following effects. Name an asset or foundation, commit and freeze all rival copies of the named card, and then, or commit and freeze up to 2 rival assets or foundations. So this card scales super well into the late game because if your opponent has like 3 or 4 of a problem foundation built, you just deadbolt, I'll name that foundation, and then you tap all of them and freeze them. So you basically get 2 turns without that problematic foundation. And then just early in the game, committing and freezing 2 is absurd. It has the potential to just skip your opponent's turn outright. This card is crazy. On the next one, we have Locked Up. Locked Up is a 5-diff, 4 mid for 4 with a 3 check and a 2 high block. Punch, slam, stun 1. Lock, stun 1. Enhance, if this attack deals damage, freeze 1 foundation committed by this attack's stun ability. Okay, so basically, on hit, this freezes 2 with Lock, which is conveniently the amount of stun it has. And then enhance, discard 1 momentum, this attack gets +1 speed for each committed rival foundation. This card's also great and has a good chance of seeing competitive play. It is a punch, it is a mid, it is on the order symbol, so you can do funny punch stuff. On all and earth, you have pull no punches, which cares about punches and all that stuff. Onto Lockdown, Knockdown. What a name. 4-diff, 3i for 4 with a 3 check and a 2 low block. Kick, slam, Stun 1. Enhance commit 1 foundation. This attack gets +1 damage and +1 to its stun rating. This card's not very good. The fact that you have to commit 1 to make this a 3 high for 5 with stun 2, like, that's not great. There are better rates. On to the next character, we have Dataro Sakaki. So he is a Chaos Evil Order 6-hander with 27 health. Response, once per turn after your rival makes a check, add the check card to their momentum, your rival rechecks. And then enhance twice per turn. If this attack is blocked, your rival commits 1 foundation. If your rival has 1 or more momentum, this attack gets +2 or -2 speed. Okay. This character is very good. The fact that the bottom ability works regardless of whether your opponent has momentum or not, and then just gets stronger when they play into the gimmick, which is just kind of something a lot of decks naturally do anyways. Like, this card's great. Like, +2 or -2 speed is actually so crazy. Tied to that commit 1 foundation after an attack is blocked ability, just, yeah, this guy's nuts. On to the next one, we have Sloshed. Enhance commit, your next check this turn gets +X, X equals your rival's momentum. And then response, once per turn after your rival makes a recheck, that check gets -1. Okay. I think this card is good and specifically him. It has a decent chance to see play, but I don't think it's gonna dominate or anything. I don't think it's as good as any of these cards. On to the next card, we have Inverted Knife Throw. It is a 4-diff, 4 high for 4 with a 3 check and a 2 low block. Ranged, Sakaki stun 1, weapon. Response, commit 1 foundation after you check this card, add it to your momentum face up, and then form, momentum, discard 1 card, play this attack as your next form. Enhance, if your rival has more momentum than you, this attack gets +2 damage. I think this card is good. It is at the very least a free momentum, or quote-unquote free momentum that turns itself into an attack that also punishes your opponent for having momentum. And it has very good synergy with, for example, Amphibious Ambush, because it is a ranged attack. So on Chaos and Evil, the kind of ranged sub-theme does exist. So this is pretty decent support for that as well. If I had to rate all of these kits together out of 10, I would have to give them an overall score of 8. I think the design team at Jasco did a fantastic job with these characters, and I'm super excited to bring you guys the rest of the set. Probably is my next video tomorrow. We'll see. The end of set is decently large, so we'll have to see. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about these cards down in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys watching. It means a lot to me. Make sure you guys all have a wonderful day. Sayonara.
What is up, Matsu Nation? Thank you for watching till the end of the video. If you enjoyed, like, comment, and subscribe. And check out all my socials and my Patreon. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and sayonara.